If I open my LinkedIn feed right now or just glance at any tech news headlines, the message is absolutely deafening. It's 2025, and apparently this is the year of the AI agent,
Oh, absolutely. It's the shiny object of the moment.
right? The promise is incredible. We're told we're getting these autonomous digital workers, employees that live in the cloud, who can think for themselves, plan their own days, and basically run the business while we sip margaritas. Venture capital is pouring billions into this. But I get the sense you're about to ruin this fantasy for me. Uh,
I might have to. Look, I'm not saying the technology isn't fascinating, but if you're running a business and your goal is actual ROI, making money, saving time, then the obsession with AI agents is actually a trap.
a trap? That's a strong word.
It's the reality. There is this uncomfortable truth that most AI experts whisper about at conferences, but rarely put in the marketing brochures. AI agents are vastly overrated for about 90% of what businesses actually do. The real hero isn't the smart agent, it's the boring, structured AI workflow.
Okay, hold on. We need to define terms here because people use these interchangeably. When we say agent versus workflow, what is the fundamental difference we're fighting about?
Great question. Think of it this way. An AI workflow is like a really high-tech assembly line. It's deterministic. You tell the AI, do step A, then if the result is X, do step B. It's a rigid, reliable path.
Okay,
An AI agent, on the other hand, is like hiring a very smart, very expensive, and slightly erratic intern. You give them a goal, increase sales, and you let them figure out how to do it. They have autonomy. They decide the steps.
which sounds better? I'd rather have the smart intern than the robot arm, generally speaking.
In theory, yes, but in practice, let's look at the data. McKinsey put out a report recently noting that nearly 2/3 of organizations haven't scaled their AI. They are stuck in pilot purgatory. Why? Because they're trying to deploy these autonomous agents that are essentially black boxes. They are unpredictable, and business hates unpredictability.
So we're chasing the cool factor, the autonomy, but sacrificing the reliability that actually pays the bills.
Exactly. There's a quote from Dr. Marina Danilevsky at IBM that I love. She basically said that agents is just a marketing rebrand for orchestration. We've been doing orchestration and programming forever, but now, because we call it an agent, we expect it to have human-level judgment, and it just doesn't.
That brings up a massive point about cost, too. I imagine letting an AI think for itself isn't cheap.
It is astronomically expensive compared to a workflow. Think about the compute power. When an agent has to reason, it has to stop, think, plan, maybe call another tool, then reflect on its output. That is multiple calls to a large language model.
Right? The meter is running the whole time.
The meter is spinning. Some experts estimate that agent-first strategies cost 3 to 5 times more in compute costs than optimized workflows. And for what? Often, for a marginal improvement, or sometimes a worse outcome.
Worse? How so?
Let me give you a real-world example. There was a mid-sized SaaS company, software as a service, that jumped on the bandwagon. They built an AI sales agent. The dream was that it would chat with leads, qualify them, and close deals autonomously.
Sounds like the dream.
It was a nightmare. It had a 43% accuracy rate in qualifying leads. It was hallucinating. It was missing context. It was being weirdly conversational when it should have been direct.
Ouch. 43% is barely better than a coin flip.
Exactly. So they stripped away the autonomy. They replaced the agent with a workflow. They built a rigid structure. Step 1, analyze sentiment. Step 2, classify the objection. Step 3, draft a response based on a template. No thinking outside the box.
And the result?
Accuracy jumped to 91%. Sales conversion improved by 27%. Because in sales, you don't actually want a wild card. You want consistency.
It's funny, isn't it? We anthropomorphize this tech. We want it to be alive, but actually we just want the task done. It reminds me of the governance issue too. If I have an autonomous agent and I'm in a regulated industry like healthcare or finance, that sounds terrifying.
It's a governance nightmare. IBM's Mariam Ashori pointed this out. Using an agent is basically giving an LLM the keys to your car and saying drive. What if that agent decides the best way to optimize storage is to delete a bunch of sensitive patient records?
Oh, wow.
With a workflow, you have an audit trail. You know exactly why the AI did what it did. With an agent, the reasoning is often opaque. You ask, "Why did you do that?" And the system effectively shrugs. Try explaining that to a compliance auditor.
The robot felt like it is probably not a valid legal defense.
Laughs. Definitely not. And this is where the contrarian view really lands. The industry is selling us intelligence. But what businesses need is utility.
So let's pivot a bit. If I'm a CTO or a business owner listening to this, and I've been told I need agents to stay competitive, what should I actually be doing? Are you saying never use agents?
No, I'm not saying never. I'm saying earn the right to use them. The future is probably hybrid intelligence, but you have to start with workflow excellence.
What does that look like?
It means you map your process, you identify the pain points, and you break them down into discrete components. Don't try to build a content marketing agent. That's too big. Build a workflow where step 1 is generate headlines, step 2 is SEO optimization, and step 3 is human review.
That human element seems critical.
It is. There was a digital marketing agency that tried the fully autonomous route. The quality was garbage, generic, robotic drivel. When they switched to a workflow where humans guided the process at key checkpoints, production went up 3x, but the quality actually stayed high.
It seems like we are trying to skip the hard work of process design and hoping the AI will just figure it out for us.
That is the profound insight right there. We are using agents as a crutch for bad management. If you don't know how your business process works, an AI agent won't fix it. It will just automate the chaos.
Automating the chaos. That's a frightening image.
It's what's happening in pilots all over the world. But the companies that are winning, the AI high performers, they aren't the ones with the flashiest autonomous bots. They're the ones who sat down, did the boring work of mapping their workflows, and inserted AI only where it added specific value.
So, looking forward, do you think the agent hype will die down, or will the technology eventually catch up to the promise?
The technology will improve. We will get better reasoning capabilities. But the fundamental economics won't change that much. Even if agents get smarter, they will always be more expensive and less predictable than a well-tuned workflow. I think 2025 will be the year of the hangover, where companies wake up, look at the bill for their agent experiments, and realize they need to get back to basics.
It raises a philosophical question, doesn't it? Why are we so obsessed with creating autonomy? Is it just the sci-fi dream? Because it seems like we are trying to replicate human cognition when we should be trying to augment human productivity.
I think you hit the nail on the head. We are obsessed with the digital employee concept because it feels like the future. But the most powerful AI isn't a digital person. It's a digital power tool. You don't want your power drill to decide where to drill the hole. You want it to drill exactly where you point it, with infinite power and precision.
That is a perfect analogy. We want power drills, not robotic contractors who might show up late or drill into the wrong wall because they thought it looked better.
Exactly. And honestly, until an AI agent can handle the nuance of a complex crisis without hallucinating, I'm sticking with the workflow.
So the takeaway for our listeners, stop chasing the magic, embrace the boring, build the flowchart before you build the bot.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Reliability pays the bills. Hype just burns cash.
A sobering but necessary reality check. As we wrap up, I want everyone to think about their own operations. Where are you trying to force intelligence into a process that just needs structure? Maybe the innovation you need isn't a smarter AI, but a smarter process.
That's the question to ask.
Thanks for breaking this down with us. It certainly changed how I look at the headlines.
My pleasure. Keep building those workflows.
We will. And to everyone listening, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.